It's a commentary video, haha. As always, but like it's even more commentary than before. It's like straight up, because I got triggered, dude. I got triggered even more so than Pewds, which is gonna allow him to make a 12-minute video. But for me, I allow myself to make a 3-hour video. Probably not from one perspective and one topic and one problem. So the problem is, what is gaming supposed to be as a purpose of? Is it good? Is it waste of time? How are you supposed to view gaming right now after learning a lot about other people's stories? Obviously, if you don't stand out by doing gaming as well as anything else, you're not going to feel very successful, especially when in most tiers of gaming you are not earning anything. You have to provide entertainment, you have to build a business. You have to. Either you stand out or you build something. And this is where it's very interesting, actually. Making a business is as rare as doing a backflip. And the reason why PewDiePie is outraged is Joe Rogan comes out and be like, after all his time sitting there and beating up people in his podcast, because that's what he does, he just display of muscle and low intelligence. He has high recognition intelligence, but low intelligence overall in order to be able to deliver anything intellectually juicy, okay? So him trying to be like, oh, I don't like video games, even if it's a snippet of his podcast, it doesn't matter, because he had years and years of development, of evolution in his podcast. My thing is not a podcast, it's just juice of any kind, okay? I don't call it a podcast, I call it documentation. It's not being watched anyways, you know, so why call it something that people don't want to watch? But it's probably better than most of what everyone else creates in terms of how much value I can bring to the topic. I just don't know how to stand out in terms of how to... I know how to stand out, I just don't know where to stand out, honestly. That's the real mystery. It's like, where do I stand to stand out? Nobody knows. The world is fucking frozen place, and it's probably best to just wait, and you're gonna stand out automatically over time, because that's usually what happens as well. It's the standing out method is more like a whip. You do your thing. You're passionate about something. You don't give a fuck. You're rolling that risk. You're either gonna stand out for yourself, for a lot of people, or just a group of people that likes you. Reaching tier 4 doesn't mean that you're going to be automatically popular everywhere. It just means that you're very, very happy with your life, which makes business almost like a business trip. You choose to do business. You don't choose to become a martial arts specialist and then train other people martial arts, which is what Joe Rogan loves. And he despises gaming, but he doesn't do gaming. He already made the choice. So he cannot actually talk about making the choice when he already made the choice. He can only tell his opinion, which is useless. Intellectually useless. So how do you approach this? How do you get experience by not having an experience? Like, I don't do martial arts, do I? It's impossible. There's certain things that is impossible to do. It's impossible to do martial arts and expect value. Gaming actually has more value than his stupid example. It has so much more value. And that's the biggest outrage. This is PewDiePie catching someone falling down on the floor basically, and pointing a finger and saying "floor gang," and we're gonna laugh at you for an entire 12 minutes. That's what happened, because like, what is martial arts gonna help you do? Burn your food storage? Nobody's attacking you. There's no zombie apocalypse actually. You know, maybe you might want to defend yourself, but running away is always a better solution from trouble. Always. Because most of the time the people that attack you already prepared, over-prepared themselves, and overdone their, overdid some kind of criminal activity in order to attack you. They already broke the law, and you can catch them, and you have to be vigilant about that. And the only scary part is like, you don't want people to help you. You want to be able to defend yourself. You want to have that. So there's a little bit of a technology that martial arts holds, something you can learn from it, and I think I squeezed that lemon pretty hard to myself. Instead of bodybuilding, that's where it starts. You have to first understand where these things start in order to be able to criticize them. So if you want to prove your experience, only thing you have to do is simplify what everyone else is talking about. So technically martial arts is just bodybuilding, mostly. And that's what people are interested in general. That's what you can actually make schools out of, and you can make schools online too, just to be clear. So you have a decent reach of whatever you're teaching, you have a decent reach online. That's beautiful. And that's the same goes for gaming. You have the same reach with gaming. All of these things have the same reach. As long as you simplify martial arts, you can compete against gaming. You can, however, compete against gaming once you start, first of all, comparing unequal already things. Because, again, all of these things are pretty equal. Gaming and bodybuilding, pretty equal, because gaming happens to be problem solving, while bodybuilding is about preparation. They're both useful if you do it daily. Both of these things, they're going to be double as useful, because they're tackling different things and can appear more useful or less useful based on your personality, but it just doesn't matter at all. They're both useful. This is the reason why I am stuck doing gaming, and why people attack people like that. Well, I am stuck, and they're fucking losers and idiots. That's what's happening. So they want to project that I am a loser and an idiot for doing this when I have a presentation of 0 choices. Okay, I was presented with 0 choices. I thought this was a good idea, and I'm stuck with it because nothing has beaten me. Nothing over-influenced my behavior. And so, for someone who's running a podcast, it's a fucking disaster to tell someone that something is bad. You just have to say over-influence them somehow. Yes, you might be able to intimidate someone by saying something is bad and something else is better, potentially. You might be able to intimidate them, but that's not true opinion. It's just fucking garbage. And now saying, on top of that, saying that you can build a business out of anything. Literally anything. As long as it's general enough, and you are interested in that, and most importantly, interested in building a business in the first place. A lot of people don't do it because they're just not interested. A lot of people can build a business, and they're just not interested. In fact, building a business pretty much sucks in most cases, right? Because you still have to figure a lot of things out. If it happens naturally, well, it happened naturally, and you don't have to worry about it. Technically, you didn't even build your business anymore. So most people expect that. I expect that myself. And what's the deal here? Yeah, you can get someone else's legacy as a business, and there's a lot of expectations for that as well. Building your own business is completely next level. Expecting people to do that or to be able to take the opportunity and use it, that's insane. And most importantly, these are opportunities that are very difficult to find and achieve. And that's it. It's higher tier opportunity that someone can establish into. And great. There's a reason why I don't care about it at all. Except, yeah, I would like some money. Like everyone likes money. But now I fucking hate money. And I'm looking for a way around it. And I'm looking for a way to poke people's egos when they think they're doing the right thing by earning money, when at the same time they're collecting influence that they might be spending a wrong way anyways, and they might just crash their own self-esteem after learning what they're doing or learning what they're not doing. Like, all of a sudden having a lot of money can be a disaster. It's all about how you consume. How do you use money? How efficient are you at living life and squeezing actual happiness, which is like, what else are you gonna get from money? Satisfaction and happiness. So get it and see how easy it is when you actually try. There's a lot of people who are not even trying to do certain things, not even trying to be nice, not even trying to approach people, and there is so much fucking pressure going on, cultural pressure, all this kind of bullshit that turns them into, well, losers. Because they're stuck at tier 1 and they cannot do anything. They can't even control their own personalities, for fuck's sake. And you have to do a little bit of control to be able to either squeeze value from yourself, take opportunities that you find. You know, you have to switch that switch just to capture something that passes by, so you don't fucking die sitting in the same spot doing the same thing. Alright, there's a lot of things you have to learn in life like that. And basically be prepared for life to give you things for free, almost. And not think that it's some crazy thing that happened, that you don't deserve it. You have to take it, but at the same time, don't chase those things, because they usually just come for everyone. It's a fair share, basically, of great opportunities are very, very fair. The greatest opportunities, very, very fair. That's what you have to learn. And right now, I think everyone has an opportunity to earn money, to survive, to move somewhere where it's easier to survive, and I will not respect anyone who don't take full advantage of those opportunities. If I had a chance to send a message to myself 10 years ago, I would say, go with your dad, get as much money as possible from all kinds of sources, be very vigilant of how you spend money, very careful, be as cheap as fucking possible just to challenge yourself and live in that challenge, and make sure that everything you get above that for yourself, it's just self-rewarding, and it must be strictly better than what you already have. Strictly better. There's no other way. And that way, and also like really, really guard money, guard property, all these things, just protect it. Don't toss laptops around as if they're actually portable. Laptops are not portable. Laptops are fucking garbage. I had to fix one. The other ones also were starting to break. This technology has to be really appreciated quite a bit, because it degrades really quickly and it's really expensive. If you think about it, if you actually think about it, and it felt like I made a huge mistake by not getting a touchscreen device again, but it's probably okay, because it's already broken in terms of charging, and it's really, really sad. But yeah, there's so many lessons in life, so I'll just gonna continue nailing them down. So yeah, protect your property. Be somewhat respectful to people. Somewhat respectful, but when you have something that you want, you must try and achieve that as best as you can. Usually bad things turn out to be good in the end, but sometimes not really. It's just a lot of weird things. Never actually borrow anyone money. Never give anyone money unless they're doing a job for you. Don't give free money. No borrowing, nothing. You have to let people suffer, basically. Just like you are willing to suffer for not having money, basically. It's a disaster right now. Humanitarian disaster that has to be clogged up. So nobody goes homeless, nobody goes hungry, and nobody goes without an ability to work, to help other people, you know? That is the greatest ability that has to be taken care of. If someone wants to help, everyone should be like, oh wow, come into my community, come into my community. That's what's supposed to happen. And when I'm making all these videos, someone could already identify, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help, I'm surviving barely. Cool. Because I have a lot of worries besides what I already worry about. It's insane. You know, my mind is going to explode anytime I get success. I will be even more angrier and more fucking upset. But at least I'll be able to clean shit up in my life and project the same ideology of what I want to help people with and actually help people even harder. So technically, even though it's bad, again, it can turn out to be great. It's just don't expect to be great for you. It's just going to be great in general for people who really need it. You know, it happens. But right now we're just stuck in so much fucking bullshit and misunderstanding of what's good or not. It's pathetic, but yeah, congrats PewDiePie. Give me some insight. I give you some insight. Alright. So let's double check everything and see if the message was coherent. Gaming is not... Oh, yeah. I have to still unpack what gaming actually is, because I'm very familiar with it, and I can give you guys understanding how to do it properly, and what advices I would give to myself, again, going back at gaming. Mainly, I am not a gamer. I'm a game programmer. I would have given myself an advice to save everything, to appreciate everything, to come back to projects as often as I humanly can. If there's a miniature game that I made, there's a chance I will be able to improve it next year in some subtle but significant ways, in quick, significant ways. And that just is mind-blowing, because there's a lot of things I might have lost over time, or I might have lost grip over Game Maker. There's certain things you have to let go, and it's one of the first thing you have to let go is that the language that you will be working with, programming language, is always going to be different. Every single time is going to be different. You'll have to reinvent your own language and your own comfort. It's almost like sitting in a chair. You first have to get comfortable with the chair and add upgrades to the chair. You're not allowed to buy a new one. Okay? That's how you're going to feel about programming. And it takes some time. It takes some time to clean up your mess. If you made one, if you're coming back to an old project, to get going, it takes some time, but it's so worth it. Right? Just making sure your room is clean and usable for the future. That's how it feels like when you have a project created. It's almost like building empty space that you can play or upgrade in, like whatever. It's just utility. And as long as you don't lose it, you are collecting that utility and growing smarter, growing your awareness of the things you've done. That is really important to hold on to be able to appreciate yourself, introduce yourself, all these things. Some things you're capable of letting go because you were young, you were doing random things, life was influencing you a lot more at that point in time. You can let go of those things because it's going to be very difficult to revive something that you literally can't understand very well. But trying to revive it is still a good practice. Remembering something that you did, because it's random, it's actually very educational still. You might not be able to clean up the mess, you have to burn it, but watching it burn is going to be very satisfying. So that's that. So the first thing to do is just burn Joe Rogan right now. And it's wonderful. That's what resource he provided. He provided some outrage. PewDiePie linked up that outrage with his ability to play double joker. I call it double joker. And it's a chaotic double joker. Oh yeah, I mean it's always going to be double joker, chaotic, because it's going to be wind and fire specifically. Basically, it kind of causes more and more trouble as it is introduced, so you have to solve it. And it's pretty tough puzzle as well. You would think PewDiePie is actually solving the problem by himself, by introducing the problem, but it's actually creating more problem by creating more awareness to it. Right, and there's going to be definitely a spawn of some stupid memes, or a possibility for that, because he's a meme king, and there's an expectation to not treat things seriously. As serious as PewDiePie might be, he's not serious all the time, and that kind of destroys his message quite often. There's a special expectation on his audience side to ruin things for no good reason, just for fun. And so, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else that Joe Rogan said. I'm just happy that I'm making a video, making an effort right now to explain something for 20 minutes. And I expect a little bit more, but whatever. Whatever this is gonna be, I'll just keep going. Once a rocket is launched, it goes through space just naturally at a certain speed and never stops. I don't believe in space, but that's what would happen. If there's no gravity, there's nothing, and you just float and move forward. So whichever direction I'm shooting out a video, it's just gonna go there, and regardless of speed or anything, just consistently do that. So if I'm covering one topic, I'll probably just gonna trigger something else, and the domino effect keep on falling, and that's gonna be a nice ride. So, how do you unpack gaming? Right now, the reference playing in my head is the 3 games that I played previously. Also, yeah, I actually didn't unpack the double joker problem here, did I? Well, it's simple. It's just a presented problem that you can solve, and it gets worse and worse on their side, but you see it as a resource, to just a challenge. So it's a challenge to do what exactly? There's two sides fighting, and talking about whether gaming is valuable or not. And that's it. That's what I'm trying to unpack right now. Is it valuable? There's certainly plenty of examples of just branching out to other categories, and gaming being just your hobby, just something you do for fun. And it's like, yeah, everything is fun. Everything is very fun. Joe Rogan actually introduced this whole thing as like, the games are really fun and that's why I hate them. You know, like, well, they can be addicting, but if something is fun, like, you have to understand, like, wow, that's a lot of value in there. Entertainment is the highest value ever. There's entertainment policy. You creating entertainment by sitting and making a podcast that someone can respond to and that you can create outrage with. And congratulations. And that's why Double Joker is just a mess, you know, just something you cannot side with. You just have to deconstruct and destroy. Because that's where it came from. From the point of misunderstanding. Someone asking you to answer the questions that they have. It's just someone being confused and pretending that they have high ego, and that's problematic for everyone else who are on the other side, who are actually trying to solve problems and don't need a podcast, don't need a YouTube show. Now I have one. Now I made it. I made it. I think sitting down for 3 hours, that's cool. But obviously I'm patching things up. I'm taking a lot of breaks. There's that. So yeah, following entertainment policy, gaming is very powerful. No doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt. It's art come alive, basically. You can play art. People went to museums as a hobby, and you don't attack those kind of people. People talk to each other as a hobby, and technically there's plenty of interactions going on in gaming as well. Plenty of talking and showing, oh, look at my cool little thing. And yeah, there's plenty of children in the world that make things more popular than they actually are. And that's really something you have to take in. Take out from granted. Because, like, fuck this shit. It is for children mostly, gaming. And you can't make this up. You can't fucking make this up. And it's very popular and very in your face about it. And it mixes up the idea what gaming actually is. If you continue doing gaming past childhood, you're probably doing it for good reasons. I mean, for fuck's sake. The worst reason that could happen in your life is if you get stuck with gaming and you have nothing else to do. But it's still, there's nothing else to do. When there are insecurities in your life that show up, they're gonna bother you. And once you learn how to clean up insecurities, you will want to clean those insecurities. That's gonna be another insecurity on your list. Is that now you know how, now you have to start cleaning your life. Like there's never really an easy way to criticize anyone ever, or any group ever, or anything that exists in life ever. You have to really just dive into the entire experience and get yourself hurt, and then you can criticize everyone for being hurt, because the moment they heal you, you can continue your journey. And the better you are at hurting yourself faster for good reasons, the better your journey is going to be in that process. If you have a lot of attention from other people generated, you can probably start traveling basically in different categories of life, and probably for, I don't know, PewDiePie can do podcasts and Joe Rogan can do gaming, haha. And they would actually probably get views now, because they created this twist of fate, let's put it that way. It's a twist of fate. Let's see what happens, how far they will go, basically. It's literally play the Creeper's Forge. It's probably not a game anymore. Just like Minecraft is not a game anymore. Shit. We started with Tetris, now Minecraft is an engine? What? What the fuck is that, dude? What the fuck is that? And if you're not convinced that Minecraft is an engine, for how boring it is, for how inspiring it is, for you to do anything you want, then you can come here and be like, hey Gornex, give me AdventureCraft and teach me how to do programming in that category. What can I do with AdventureCraft? I don't know what you can do with AdventureCraft right now. Don't ask me. I'm just like, maybe in 1 year you will be able to do that. If you watch this 1 year later, you can ask me, how do I use Minecraft as an engine? Because I came back to AdventureCraft simply because of that reason. Minecraft is just a good engine. Just very good. Destroying a block feels very rewarding. 3D space, navigating in randomly generated terrain, and just a huge place that you can just build. It's kind of crazy. Gaming is just crazy. It's out of control, and some people are stuck with it because it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-bending bullshit. It's way more important than martial arts in the age of coronavirus, which will never go away anymore. It's just a trend that some science took it too seriously, basically. Took one step too far in terms of how much influence they wanted to project on the general public. Everything comes out of stress. All the illnesses, there's no way around it. Fuck this. Even talking about it the other way around makes me stressed out and makes me damage myself for no good fucking reason. Please make it stop and let's talk about something actually relevant. That's what I'm always gonna say. If there's some kind of illness or some kind of fear that people have, let's talk about actual stress, because stress will create fear, and stress will create illnesses and low immunity and low amount of happiness. And everything you hate about life, that's what stress is going to create. Because stress is about inner conflict. You're already battling yourself. You're already losing control of life. Like, how worse can it get from here? Please, can someone explain how worse can it get? Yes, you can shut down yourself into a matrix of self-conflict, meaning that you're literally uninterested in outside world. Everything to you creates self-conflict. You can do that, but it's still gonna be the same fucking shit, which is I call stress. Illnesses most of the time are just things that, like wind, it makes it a little bit more difficult to move forward in life. Just a little bit difficult. Whether you survive it or not, it's not up to you most of the time either, and it's not to some kind of vaccine either. It's mostly best to just ignore most illnesses and most things that bother you, that you have no control over, and it's invisible, and it creates this crazy cultural outrage that could just be seen as a party. Everyone is just partying and doing whatever about something. They're just crazy about something, and you're not going to be crazy about it because you might just be a much better educated person. Right? You're just not a person that can be easily influenced. And that way you can fucking level up without even building a business. That's what mind-blowing to me. Because I probably can skip this part. Building a business is something that higher level established people understand as, wow, this is much better use of my time if I create a community, if I create jobs, if I figure out how to do that. And it shouldn't be too difficult, and if I put myself into this mindset, which is too easy for me to do, I probably could do it, but it takes a lot of hard work to figure out what exactly you're going to be passionate about, because that's what you're going to be spending for the rest of your life, passion for some kind of business that you're going to be holding together for the rest of your life, and hoping that someone will take your legacy from you slowly. You know, that the people that you employ are actually happy to take legacy from you, take all the responsibility, and keep you credited for all of this work that you did and gave to them. Like, that's your goal as a businessman. But, and I think this is either tier 2 or tier 3. I don't know. It's probably tier 3. Making a business is really difficult if you want to do a successful one, like a company of talented people. That's what you're expecting to do. If you're just making a business to serve customers directly, that's probably tier 2. However, there's a difference for what kind of business you can build. If you're just trying to really capture directly what your passion is, you're probably going to go to tier 3. If you're just trying to earn money and you're going to grab the closest opportunity to you, the closest idea that seems to be working, that's going to be tier 2. That's still going to be higher than anyone else because nobody wants to create anything, and it's a simple creation, right? Business at that point becomes a simple creation of something, but lesser than game programming. Still a little bit lesser. It's kind of like making your first game and then holding on to it. That's all you need to do tier 2 work. But when you're a game programmer, you have to keep on working. And it's tough, but it's rewarding, obviously, because you're holding on to tier 3 now. As a game programmer, that's cool. I think that's it. I'm sure I will see. I put myself in a stress race again. I keep on improving what this is gonna look like, but what it actually looks like is just me going to my bed and creating these tempo plays where the longer I can stay in my bed and stay entertained, doing pretty much nothing, just pressing equals on a calculator. What is that? But this never grows old. This is the best game ever, dude. This is the next Tetris, dude. Alright, bye guys. I'm very entertained right now. Well, you have to keep improving the game to be entertained like this. You can't just be stuck. And you also have to be stuck in your head, and while I'm doing commentary, I can press that, you know. I'm not consumed by anything that happens on the screen. My finger is not consumed. So doing extra action that's repetitive is not going to consume anything extra, to be honest. I just can't do it naturally. It's almost like recommended that you fidget spinners. That you do your... While you're meditating, you're doing something fun at the same time. You know, you're doing something constructive. Because if I stop and stop to think of what have I just done, I can look at the number and know for how long I have been clicking here or something. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe there is some kind of value. So whenever you're meditating, that's a good deal to have at least a calculator handy. I like that. Yeah, gaming is nothing to be laughed at, but there's certainly certain life lessons that you have to look at and look at your body too. You cannot just let yourself be consumed by some kind of behavior, things that you found are fun. You can't just let that consume your life. But that's about it. You can always build a business as long as you figure it out. I mean, gaming is fairly new as well. You have to understand. Yes, there were tabletop gaming. It's a booming fucking category of things. That's what gaming is. It's barely began to boom. Yeah, we have 30 years of computer gaming, and across those 30 years, it has been evolving rapidly, okay? Maybe it will slow down, but who fucking knows right now? Who fucking knows? I'm completely consumed by how much progress gaming is gaining and how much attention it's gaining. And being ignorant of it is a disaster, I think. Being ignorant of something that is booming right now, you are a boomer. You're a boomer on your own. You're just a lonely boomer. Because you're not booming with us, you know? Like there's certain things that you can automate for yourself. And I think you gotta do gaming. And most importantly, Ariana Grande, please can you do some gaming? Okay, I will watch your channel. She probably just needs to do gaming, and all of a sudden she's gonna be first subscribed on YouTube channel, because there's no reason to subscribe to Ariana right now, and I'm not happy about it. We need to compete, okay, against at least PewDiePie, at least second place, okay? We have to beat someone up. Alright? Shit, my chair is just breaking down. I'm so sad. I just talked about chairs and now this one is getting uncomfortable. The programming language is killing me. Well, yeah, that was beautiful, I think. I'm sure to make a full video about this. Whatever this is. Because again, I'll just sit back and meditate about it. And there's always plenty of thoughts. I just swim in thoughts. Nothing else. That's what I'm passionate about. Wow. I wish I could help people. But people don't want to be helped. It's kind of weird moment in life right now. People don't want to be helped because they just don't trust anyone. Nobody trusts anyone. Everyone thinks right now is the age of scams. The age of backstabs. The age of everyone trying to squeeze value out of life and disregard everyone else's life. The age where you can run away from karma as if nothing bad will ever happen to you. That fucking sucks, dude. That people think that way. Because now you're unable to help them. Unable to actually approach them and expect anything good to come out of it. It's just, everything is garbage. Some people transcend over that mindset and they know what they're doing, but it's just very rare. A creator would have a better perspective than a regular noob. But obviously, like, I won't be able to ever help noobs anymore. I just am tier 4, and I will continue explaining how that's supposed to make sense. How am I tier 4 and unsuccessful in life? Well, see, again, that's what it is. People have a good idea of why not to trust people right now. Because what everyone else is achieving right now is nothing you can compete against, necessarily. It's being achieved through at least hard work, and at most, it's just backstabbing. So it's just piggybacking on someone else's ideas, or but mostly it's an automated work ethic that you cannot replicate, because someone is just want to outrace you, just want to be better, just want to get into the spotlight, and there's a very limited amount of time that you're gonna get on the spotlight, and amount of time that you have to reach the spotlight. There's a lot of people racing for that shit, and it feels horrible when you try and like think of yourself, well, I want to be successful too. There's no reason for you to be successful, right? It's not gonna fucking save your life. You just have to learn life's lessons first, because life is pretty fair. If you haven't learned something, things will fall apart and slip from your fingers, and you will be backstabbed technically by yourself, at very least. You know, even when you can trust everyone around you, you will still backstab yourself if you make a mistake. You will be your worst enemy. There's a lot going on in here, right? So I will start unpacking right now as I move to meditation. I just watched Happier music video, and it gave me some interesting vibes when the cheerleader was picking other cheerleaders. It felt like there's a general knowledge about special people who are left behind, and they're talented, but you cannot just grab them and add them to your team easily. You kind of want to leave them behind to because they have a lot of thinking to do in their life. They have a lot of purpose in the future. That is scary, because I'm living that shit, you know. The spotlight is not something I want to drive to. It's probably something that is pretty fair, and that's supposed to be as scary as anything else in life could ever be. Alright, funny enough, I found an insecurity that I need to hunt down, and it's the upcoming feast in my town that I have to participate somehow, more or less. Putting it at 2 stars because we're progressing at 52 point range. I'm not sure how close I can get to the insanity, but that's what parties are about. The party dragon. Can I win? What's gonna happen? There's so many people that I can bump into and have a really tough time, basically. That's the insecurities. So we found it. We found the ice cream in the first place, because the world is full of ice anyways. How am I gonna defeat that shit? I don't know, dude. I have 1 day to prep. I guess I'm doing some Hearthstone police because I'm so fucking pissed at this game. It's fucking nonsense. Also, probably didn't add into my paladin the Ziamat. Like, every single time I play this game, it's just bullshit. They have no idea what they have done to this fucking game anymore. And everyone is gonna die trying to play it. Die, basically. Especially against mage. Because that is literally in the end of every sentence. Especially mage is gonna kill you from the inside out, basically. I have to add Aldor. I almost have to auto-include Libram of Hope. Just literally auto-include. Maybe it's better than Siamat, but I don't think so. Siamat is actually more of a tempo card. Libram of Hope is just another way to cheat stuff, but it's not in my greatest interest, so fuck it. I don't know why I had kings. And yes, I'm playing Quest because that's how you play Paladin, Tempo Paladin. If you have no idea how to play a tempo deck, then I'm sorry for you. Now, one thing you can do is replace Explorer with the auto-include tempo card. That's the only thing you can do. Now let's see what's up. Now I'm even more sensitive to bullshit. And once the expansion hits, we'll see. We'll just fucking see. I don't have to play quest against a Hunter, Highlander Hunter mostly. Not a Highlander, okay, whatever. Should throw away all my expectations already. I think I'm in a winning state. What can you possibly do? I guess I don't have the damage. Still have weapons that could help me out here. And he can't... He's not doing anything. He just missed 1 damage. Oh yeah, he couldn't attack actually. I'm sorry about that. Alright. No fucking cheap moves. Even though that was fairly close. It could have been so much worse. So yeah, we're gonna give some points. But because I'm more sensitive, I can give a bonus point if it's like close game and semi-exciting. I'm not sure how to play against mage. Sometimes they steal tempo, but there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to burn a quest if I want to win. Burn into a quest. Until they stop killing everything. Because they just run out of stuff. If that's even a possibility. Even like I'm weapon removal and I concede. Just because. This is how we roll. I think I'll leave healing for later. I'm realizing how I miss not being able... being able to not to resize the window, because I already resized it into the shape that I fucking want. But every single time I play a card, there's a chance that I will do fucking this or whatever. Give me a break, dude. Okay. All I need to do is concede when he plays Reno and I win the game, basically, so... That's all I need to do. Just rage quit. And that's all he needs to do, just play Reno. You know? No big deal, right? What's up? Not this Reno. Alright, still have 1 charge. Alright, it's perfect. Reactivate my hero power. Of not... the one that doesn't suck. Because I keep on copying my Libram, my infinite... Or glitch the game! Because that's an option right now. Lose control of the game entirely. Oh, thank you. Almost there, dude. Almost there. I mean, if he does Reno, I don't give a fuck. I just concede. Oh, that's a 7 mana card. If he clears the board, I concede. I don't know why it lags so much. I'll try and close some windows. And a Flame Strike. So that was 19, probably more tempo than I have ever seen so far in Hearthstone before. While he also can play another card, basically. Because it was discounted and it was 3 mana, basically. That's pretty fair, dude. That's pretty fair. That's something I anticipated, totally. Because I killed the Prime, and I'm like, yeah, I will lose the game if he plays that card. That's what has been anticipated. Except I was anticipated to die from Reno, not from him drawing Prime, but whatever. And I definitely anticipated fucking dying from cancer and lag. Holy fucking shit, dude. It's not the first time it happens, too. But it's a unique lag. A unique form of lag. I take that away now. This is not fucking okay. I did not play the game anymore. This piece of fucking garbage. Wow, I didn't even fucking cancel its existence right now. I completed all the quests. That's beautiful. I got all the cash. I have to run now because for some reason the casino is shutting down. That's what's going on. Wow. What's going on, dude? You can quit. You can kill my computer anytime. Yeah, my computer just dies. Okay. Okay, dude. Pretty sure we're still recording. Except my computer died. And hello. Hearthstone is a super intense game, isn't it? I'll stop recording now. Fucking madness, dude. Wow. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Wonder when it's gonna resolve and fucking quit. Piece of fucking cancer. It's a perfect moment too. It's the perfect time to just start glitching up and fucking mess me up, man. It's still recording. What's going on? Jesus Christ. I pressed the goddamn pause button. Wow. Here's something that will stop me from playing Hearthstone forever. Oh wow. Yeah, we're still recording. And the video might just have been glitched forever. I did not pause it. I pressed pause in the middle of glitch and lag. Still glitching, by the way. Only Hearthstone could have caused all of this garbage. Let's see if it's actually died now. And everything is coming back to normal slowly. Wow. Yeah, we just gonna have to wait a little bit. Might as well record everything, because I love being frustrated. That's my fucking passion. When something dies real fast. Yeah, interrupt system. I wonder what's going on right now. Because nothing fucking burns memory anymore. Except photos for some reason open. Die! Also Skype can die. What the fuck is this going on? Yeah, you can die now. This never happened before. That I cannot fucking close this shit. What the hell? Oh, I can't stop recording. Everything is still on lag mode. But I hope you figure out why I banned Mage, like, at least now. Maybe previous video was not fucking clear enough. Why Hearthstone is a piece of shit game that people are playing. That's what pisses me off. People still play this shit. And they don't throw themselves into the fire and be like, well, I playing it because I hate it. You know? That's why I play it. Fucking garbage, dude. Like, if you can pull off out of your ass such a fucking cheat move. Such a cheat move. No strategy, nothing created all this random bullshit. And it's almost guaranteed that the mage is gonna cast some kind of board clear, cast some kind of big spell, and then cast other 3 random spells. It doesn't fucking matter, because all these 2 spells matter. And that's what generated all this crazy shit tempo. Clears my board and his board is full. Well, that's game over, basically. If a control deck is capable of doing that. There's one thing to do brawl. There's another thing to win the brawl. There's another thing to play another 5 draw after the brawl. You know, this is how you win. But Mage did it with 1 card. So fuck yeah, dude. The most disgusting part is how many creators there are for Hearthstone. And how they flood my inbox. And they constantly gonna flood it because it's a new expansion. And it's the perfect fucking timing for everything to be the most disgusting thing ever. For Hearthstone to just somehow die and come from ashes as a phoenix as some kind of other game, completely different game. I don't want to see Hearthstone anymore. This is fucking insane. But I probably need a different game than Elder Scrolls Legends as well. Like, it has to be so good that I praise it forever. And I don't think it's gonna be Runeterra either. I think Runeterra has problems. Just, it feels bad to play Runeterra. It's so bad. Wow, I'm having trouble signing in. Okay, that's cool. I wish you would see it, but 99% is a wonderful meme. It's just wonderful. It's still updating Runeterra. At least I can sign in. I mean, you have some basic difficulty signing in just because you have to assign yourself to very, very specific region. Just can we not be stuck in 99%? Thank you. We're gonna move on any moment now. It's said to be an effortless way to earn stuff, basically, and I get that. But what am I supposed to play for then? Wait, is that event quests? Yeah, okay. See, Elder Scrolls Legends makes a little bit easier appearance. What the fuck this shit? There's too much fucking crap going on. You know? I don't even care. Just don't care right now. I haven't invested into the game well enough to be able to care. I know I'm opening shit right now. But imagine how much I care about every Hearthstone pack. So much more. Because those shits are expensive as hell. This is garbage. And so, yeah, sometimes making a game easily accessible for everyone, it's not exactly a solution to anything. Hearthstone is actually maybe a little bit too much, too greedy, because it makes legendaries very viable. Like, they're supposed to be the flavor cards of the entire game, not something you have to rely on. And that's it. You literally keep the same model of harvesting cards, and it would be totally fine. Right now I have 10,000 dust of some kind, and that's not even a lot. One thing I have to do is resize it, obviously. Let's see how much I enjoy it. I mean, I haven't done the same type of video where it's literally an extension of previous video. And we're still talking about gaming, and this is what I'm at. This is what my personality desires. Fairness and thoughtfulness. That's what I desire. If it comes in terms of card games, whatever. I'm in. Yeah, who cares? I guess all I have to do right now is just experience what everyone else is playing, try and copy the deck, and keep on trying to copy other people's decks. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to play as. How do you even play? Oh yeah, to play like that, okay. So literally just gonna copy whatever other people are playing, because I can't watch videos, but I can at least still interact with other people. Is it good? I can stretch out, I think. Okay. So maybe we have to learn how to interact with the game anyways. Okay, so this guy playing some kind of boring poison thing. Probably aggro. If it's aggro, I probably just concede. If there's not enough. Reduce cost. I like this. Having a hero card is pretty good. They call champions here, and that's why exactly why I'll call them heroes.
What do you call that technique?
I call them champion hero technique.
I'll write my own story.
This round is no big deal, I don't think. It is a lot more complicated. It's not an autoplay for my experience. And just, I play stuff and I can't just immediately interact with anything. It's a little bit boring.
The dark beckons.
Huh. And, oh wow, it got nerfed. You can see, right? Yeah, you can see my opponent's board, that's fine. Okay, so, we just put down Ashy. What does it do? Frostbite one of these guys. It's probably gonna frostbite this for now. Or it's just gonna destroy it. I could have played this, I think. Not interesting.
Quiet steps. The dragon approaches. I'll do my best.
Wow! I did not anticipate killing it. And destroying my opponent.
Now begins a new era of peace.
That was boring. Because now my opponent literally gave me nothing. Yeah, I guess the first opponent that actually defeats me will give me something to play. So I literally can copy decks here. No big deal. And there are no mage decks. There are no mages here? Oh my god. Run! Run, now it's a fucking meme. It's ridiculous. I'm much more happier when I see 16 points of tempo from Hunter, and it's not even 16 points because all these 4/4s have rush. And I'm definitely talking about the prime legendary. It's 16 points of tempo, just casual, you know. I understand you shuffle a stronger card into your deck. You can do that. But you know, that's what 10 drops are also suitable of doing. There's strong cards in your deck that you have to draw on turn 10. Like, what are you doing, Blizzard? And not only that, those cards that can be played earlier than turn 10 are insanely powerful. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting, dude. Their philosophy is quite interesting. People's philosophy of ignoring it is quite interesting. The best part you have to learn about life itself is that gaming is very good at teaching people what's up. And if you don't take it seriously enough, you'll have to take life seriously, because life is gonna start happening if you don't take gaming seriously, you know? What an oopsie. Let's block them. I don't want to be demolished. I don't think this is gonna get activated anyways. What is it supposed to do? Rally. After attacking? No, after an ally dies, so it's even shittier than that. I quite like my deck, to be honest. All these things are cool. There's a lot more decision making. There's a lot more reason to like this. But it's so fucking slow, dude. Do I allow him to choose? There's no way I allow him to choose. I just gotta do this. Because I just don't wanna kill 2-1. It's lame. Why is it already upgraded? This makes no fucking sense. When I survive damage, summon a Mighty Portal. Why did summon the Mighty Portal right now? The first time. Wow, this is upgraded! I don't remember that. What the fuck? This is interesting. Why do they need to upgrade that? Was it 3 mana though? I think it was 3 mana. I guess it's flavorful that way. Oh, that one is cool. So I get to do this.
No backing down.
I can do this too.
I'm ready.
I can do this. Bye-bye. No need to cry, by the way. Just did my moves, buddy. Your deck sucks. Oh wow, my cards got destroyed. Need more coffins, okay. Right, so let's see what we got. This guy has double attack. That is actually powerful. And scary. He almost died there. I didn't even saw that coming. I mean, I kind of have to fight back. No big deal, right? So it doesn't get blocked. All good. All good. Oh, fuck off, man. Well, that's fucking stupid. That card exists in the first place. That's a good fucking reason to hate this game all of a sudden. Wow. Because they just thought, like, oh yeah, Hearthstone fucking sucks, so let's copy their fucking cards that also suck ass. Oh, fuck, man. You pieces of shit, dude. You fucking ruined this game now. Because I just literally played mage after saying, well, there is an actual mage that can fucking twisting nether everyone. You know, that shit is insane, right? Why can't I play cards? It's a fucking card game, dude. Let me play cards, for fuck's sake. Let's go. Fucking police is here. 79 points. Give me that. Give me those points right now. Oh, you get the fuck out of here. Reynat can stick around. And, alright. I take 80. Pieces of fucking cancer, dude. It's literally Hearthstone 2. It's like, well, we're gonna fix everything people hate, but we're still gonna copy and paste certain Hearthstone cards. No big deal, right? Borkler, bam. It's so difficult to actually do damage to cards, but no, just consecrate. Add a consecrate in there, no big deal. Add a twisting nether in there, no big deal. We can copy paste these effects, because these are totally fucking fair effects that prevent you from playing actual cards when you actually just want to play cards. You don't want to play a control game against a person you don't even know. I don't even know that person, okay? I couldn't anticipate anything. You know, when you play out of your ass, not out of your hand, out of your ass, a card that you have stashed in so deep I can't even read, and then you gain the most craziest effect ever of destroying everything I have, that I played over time. I played it over fucking time, dude. That's insane. I can say goodbye to that all of a sudden. Oh my god, dude. Wonderful news. They're trash now. They can disappear. Elder Scrolls Legends has a similar effect for 8 mana Twisting Nether, on one side of the board. So all you have to do is just split your board. If you're capable of doing that, you're gonna be okay. Like, I can understand that much. 8 mana, clear the board, only half of it. Half of the board. You can cut my shit in half, but don't take it away from me. You know? You can cut and slice in many, many ways, but don't take it away from me. Even Explosive Trap is the worst feeling thing ever designed for 2 mana. Borkler for 2 mana, but it's well, you don't know. Well, I don't know. You have to test for it too. It's a Borkler that you have to test for. It's like, well, is he gonna clear my board or is he not gonna clear my board? It's literally a self-clearing board. Well, I don't want to attack you anymore, because you might have a Borkler. And same goes for Mage, because Mage really wants to piggyback on the most disgusting card design ever. It's like, oh, it's a secret. It's probably a Borkler, huh? Interesting. Cheap Borkler. Wow. Okay. So Elder Scrolls Legends survived the insanity. Maybe MTG Arena also survived. I haven't seen anything like it. A Borkler? I don't think I even saw that. What is a Borkler? Can someone tell me? In MTG Arena? Literally, what? There's no such thing as damage, even. Because cards don't take damage. You have to kill it or not kill it. It's kind of interesting. I want to show you guys one cool trick, cool party trick. Where's Runeterra? There's one thing Runeterra has that's fucking fascinating. And I'll put it back where it belongs, basically, in fucking trash. By the way, shortcut going into a trash bin is a big deal. It's a fucking big deal. Wow! I can kill all of this with one card. Wow, you summoned 2 more creatures. Oh, it was dust. Too bad. Here's a cool trick. Destroy. Why is there no destroy cards? Why I cannot search this? Fucking insane. How do you do this? 7. Kill. What? 9 mana? Wow. And it's slow. Wow. Wow. And it's Shadow, so you at least know who's gonna be the mage boy. Maybe there's something you can do about it. Maybe I ran out of cards, because he was at 6 health. I thought they had the exact same mana cost. This guy that kills 1 creature. This thing that kills everything. It's kind of interesting, though. Should be at least 10 mana. Just because. It's just a stupid fucking card. Okay, maybe I don't concede. Maybe you won with a meme. Because I thought it was way worse than it truly was. So I can pick this deck up. Because I hated his deck, I was just gonna edit so I have more card draw or something. Yeah. The Yeti draw was garbage at that point. Drawing a Yeti is actually bad. So when I drew the Yeti, like it's a 5/5, but I drew it, so it's actually garbage this way. If you're drawing something, you better draw something cool. And even trying to draw it is kind of garbage. I know this bad boy is real good. I know Overwhelm is good in general, because there's nothing that can block Overwhelm. So we can do that. We can add that. And maybe a few challengers. We need one more card. What's that? Enlightened. That looks good. Maybe we stash some of those. Alright, let's see how this fares out. I mean, he was on 6 health, after all. And the Borclair that destroyed me was 2 health to everything. So I had to keep it in mind. I just don't know which place it comes from. I think it's some kind of frost clear. If I see it again, I'll know. I'll have to double check which region controls this. Okay, boys, okay. Oh, this is one of those rope moments when he has a chance to play something but doesn't want to play anything. Because he might just quit the game. Hello. No, smile to the camera. No need to go anywhere right now. Mr. Rope. Oh, that was interesting. What's that? 3 damage?
We're gonna need more coffins.
How did this guy evolve so quickly? Just 2 cards died.
No room for doubt.
Just 2 cards died, dude. Oh, or sent. Okay. Wow, he just killed himself with that card. So fuck. Disregard. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to read. But now I'll add more of Selena's, I guess. Oh. Well, let's call it Selena anyways. Because reasons. This card is awesome, dude.
Here we go.
He is aggro.
Stand and fight.
Oh, wait. I can do this. And I also can do this. There you go, suck a dig, bitch. I got you. I just don't know what to do to turn 5. And I can do this. Let's go, boys. Bring in the heat.
Hold still.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Double attack didn't work, huh? Alright, I drew something good. Okay. I'm in this. I'm liking it. Overwhelm is awesome. Mechanic. And that's all you need to know. Strikes everything. Can you imagine that? It's technically a combo.
Just you and me,
6 into 8. 'Cause that's how it works.
Is mercy.
Ugh, this is gonna hurt. I'm still pretty disappointed of how cool I am. Casually. And I don't like your deck. I don't like your dick. Come on, dude! Take your stupid win, dude. Piece of fucking cancer.
A lost battle, not a lost war.
Yeah, that's how you win, basically. It's like, oh yeah, that was fun. Guess all you need to do is just waste my time now. It was his time to surrender, so like, I'll do it for him if he wants. Cool. I'm not playing for anything here. I wish I could play better fucking assholes, so I led him forward. That's a nice filter, right? Well, no, obviously. It means nothing. Nothing means anything here. Let's see, what else do I get? So far, I did not enjoy much at all. And there's not much decision making either, to be honest. Okay, this is gonna be fine. Ah, stupid fucking game. Oh hey, this game has ropes. I've seen this before. Somewhere. There's so much decision making in there. No, there's just extra ropes in this game, honestly. Not much else. Oh, this is interesting, okay. See how this plays out. Alright, this is where my decisions creep in. I think I need to grab him. Just grab his balls. I could have distributed threes. Whatever. Try to do this quickly and not care too much. He doesn't even know how to play with Braum. Like, it's so pathetic. You're supposed to attack and take damage constantly. I don't get it, dude. Am I retarded? Then you get 10 damage, you go here. You become some mega asshole that also got buffed. I think it used to be 0 attack. Maybe 7 health though. Fuck off, dude! Do something! You literally skipped already. Jesus Christ, dude. That should be enough for the Winter's Breath. And it kills his creature too. Good luck. Hmm? It's like there are 3 extra turns in 1 turn. And that's why it's just garbage game immediately. It's like, well, yeah, game resolves faster in less turns, but not faster, that is. That's how it works. Fucking madness. Yeah, counters are awesome. I like that. Bye-bye, Brom.
This will be a good winter.
I actually think I can call this John Cena, basically. It's good enough for me. Battle each other. I'm probably just gonna have to give it to him. Or I can battle these and not give him anything. And it's also gonna activate. How about this? Eat it. You still can't block anyways, so
Snow and stars.
double blocked basically. Easy game.
I've always got your back.
Don't worry.
Wow,
about it.
buffed out. Looking buff. Kill all units, here you go. Was that fun? Was that fucking awesome? This better work. This guy better not fuck it up. After he dies, he still doesn't die, so... That's why I don't concede immediately right now. Such a stupid card, dude. Twisting Nether! Don't play any cards. Card, basically. If it's Shadow, just keep 1 card in your hand. Oh boy.
Warm hearts and hot soup. To battle!
Go, die, dude. He's still alive, dude.
I've got meat bigger than you.
Still alive after playing this stupid card.
Come back next time.
And he has 2 turns to do whatever. Technically, you can play this on an opponent's turn. So that should be interesting. So at least I can challenge him for some badass.
Leave your bags at the door.
Wow, okay. So we literally just stolen the game. We'll see. I can do either one of those. He slows it down and fucking steals the game and slows it down. Isn't that amazing? That's what I fucking wanna get right now. So far, no good experience from this one. I'm sorry. Alright, that's it. Let's find out if he has what it takes to do whatever. Nope. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Okay, that's an interesting interaction. Yeah. Yeah. Destroy effects are awesome. If I don't win, man, I just quit the game. Straight up. Because all I need to do is just start adding damage to my opponent. Because I'll hold the tempo first, and then just burst my opponent in the end. That's usually how tempo decks work. So Hearthstone is a lot more vicious in that sense. What's that? Destroy 2 creatures? I don't give a fuck about that, dude. What you gonna do now? Huh? How about now? I had this card, remember? He would have almost survived as well. Stupid as it is. Okay. Good job, me. I'll add a little bit of a burst if I can. So that seems to be cool. So I want to fucking shut down stupid decks like that. I'm playing something very similar. It's literally one Lucian difference. People don't want to play Lucian. And I don't give a fuck about that. This card's nice. All allies this round. Alright. Think I got what I wanted. No need for coins as well, kinda cool. We both have the same amount of mana. Except one can attack and one can't. That's the difference. I mean, as long as the mana saves up in any significant way, that's what makes the difference of like who attacks in the right moment or whatever. It mitigates that based on just the amount of strategy you can handle. Why would you do that? Are you fucking insane? Just giving up a challenger. Alright, let's just... I don't think he will be able to out-jump Lucian. I like the game so far. I don't give a fuck about his deck though. Let's see what's up. It looks like I'm winning. That's why I like it. And I put Ancient Yeti instead of that stupid card that enlightens itself. If you draw it, you draw it. Whatever. Alright, back off, buddy. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. It might just be Frost Nova or something. But it's already frozen, like why would you hurt the same card? And now I added Burst, so whenever he's trying to Frost Nova, I just fuck it. Fuck him up anyways. So literally choose which card to get frozen. I can still fight back if I play this. I can also fight back. No. Okay, whatever then. I'm cool with that. I don't need to overwhelm him just yet. It's not attacking at all? Well, that's fucking crazy. Everyone gets a challenger. And then destroy him. Probably can just strike. No, challenger, right? I don't know.
Fresh tracks.
Oh shit, there's no way to defend that. Oh shit. I can do this. Damn. That's awesome. Huh. Okay. No need to challenge then. Why would you do that? Does that do anything at all? What the fuck was he thinking? Holy shit, dude.
Glory unrelenting.
Retardedness, man. I'm still at the bottom of the barrel. Yikesies. Yikesies. But that card is pretty good. Where is it? This is my class card. He literally plays my class entirely. Same class. Cool, I win. I think. I don't see how he dodges the Demacia deal. I think I can play this and that. That's 11 mana, that's exact. Wow, this is gonna be a disaster for him. Well, it's just a win, basically.
Find a good fight, my friend. There's no find battle. Make it.
There you go, buddy. Grant all you. Okay, never mind.
An auspicious season.
Come on, buddy. Let me resolve this bullshit.
Hurry, soldier. Blessed by snow and
Smash him. You can attack, right?
stand together.
Alright, buddy. So this dies like this. This guy dies like that. There you go, buddy. Not defeated so far. Okay, that's cool. I think I'll try Hearthstone a little bit more because of the expansion and because I need to add as much direct damage as possible, which is fucking retarded. But if you can draw enough cards, it could work. I just need to add enough Cult Masters in there. But it's like, fuck, if my minions die prematurely from some stupid board clears, it's gonna be a fucking disaster. But I'll figure it out, dude. I'll figure out to make everyone's life miserable if they're not playing my deck. There's an ice wall, basically, that's called a mage. And if I can reverse the process of burning, that's a great achievement. You know, that's still an achievement. Regardless of how bad things are, you just stick with what you have. Regardless, it's fucking crazy. Life is fucking crazy. Things that I'm learning is fucking crazy sometimes. There's one bad boy that's gonna show up in the list of YouTubers, but I mean YouTube channels, and it's Comedy Central, and it's like Key and Peele is also in there. They can't just merge all of a sudden. There are different shows in there, and I just found something brilliant in there. The reaction when you realize oh, mass shooters are just lonely kids, you know, and they compared it to Mexico cartels and how serious they are. Sure, they're probably fucking ridiculous as well, because government is so negligent about stopping it, you know, declaring war to actual crimes, which is fucking ridiculous. But the biggest crime, apparently, and we're so perplexed by shooters, and now that they have been labeled as lonely, and I can relate to that. I can understand what's going on, right? Like, we can all understand what's going on if we're not fucking blind. If you're watching this video, and like, you probably get the idea that it's ice, it's cold, it's the last resort, it's mental illness that you literally borrow from other people, and everyone expects you to do it because for some reason there's no cultural detonation of loneliness. You just can't detonate that. What? Are you serious? And everyone is just going into panic mode eventually. It's just some people have guns at the same time for no good reason. Too much power. But at the same time, everyone else is just keep on ignoring everything until bad things start happening. So yeah, that's cool. I definitely said crazy things already in the past and showed crazy emotions and a lot of anger. And as I continue moving forward, it's gonna evolve into a positive side. It's just a lot of people gonna be left out from interacting with it because they can't fucking afford anything that I'm gonna be talking about. Even the level of presentation, they will not be able to afford it, and you can't buy it with money. I'm sorry about that. I most of the time will not care about money, just like anyone else who's already too rich, you know, who already drunk too much money and tried too many things in life. Well, you don't need it when everyone else tries it for you, technically, and proves it to be useless. Certainly, I am on the floor gang myself of like poorness level, but I'm trying to appreciate everything and not stay on the floor. And so far, life has been quite generous if you actually think about it. Like, I grabbed opportunities, it worked out, but you have to also consider that I am above average of a person. Just like every YouTuber is technically above average and will make you feel under pressure if you watch them too long. They're capable of crazy things, like I am capable of crazy things. And that's frustrating. Believe me, I'm like rewatching some Rebecca Black videos, just still stuck on that fucking rewind style. And on any other music videos, like, my head keeps spinning because I keep finding new things. And keep digging a hole deeper into that loneliness. I don't know, neediness, more likely. There's a cool thing that I thought about. So yeah, and schools are technically great target for people like these. Wonderful target. And it's the school's fault anyways. And they cannot do anything. By trying to prevent something, they're just not detonating the bomb. They're playing with it. They're playing with other people's feelings. And they just can't stop. Just like I can't fucking stop scratching sometimes. Because I think that's sometimes a great solution, and I'm educating myself, and now my body looks fucking garbage. But I'm a man. I can afford having a garbage body. Women can't really afford having a garbage body. So, there is no conclusion about it. It's just, you have to also play your roles properly. And if you see a lonely person, maybe your role is to help and be a human being and relate to another human being, because it's so relatable. Wow. Do your fucking job. You're a human being. You're born that way and you kept living that way. And if you really appreciate your life the way that it is, I'm sorry about that. Relativity. Subject to relativity. It's something you have to do. Maybe you don't have to respect everyone, but you have to relate. Relate. Okay? So, one thing to take away from this is that you can screw up your life, but it's society's responsibility to take all your screw-ups and normalize them. Huh? Yep. That's what it is. Obviously, if you progress into society, you're gonna get yourself a girlfriend, you're gonna get yourself a family, you're gonna move yourself career-wise, you're gonna get yourself established. If you a good tier 4 person or a good tier 3 person, just within your tier you can establish yourself quite deeply and be surrounded by just good people. But that's the drilling process. Right now I'm literally outside of tier 4. I'm like, alright boys, I'm going in. So the real question is like, what kind of people surrounding me? Do they have the ability to drill into tier 4, and what does the establishment actually look like? All these things could be mapped out as well. Are they really doing a good job? What is a good job? Maybe just they're missing the point here, you know? Maybe I'm using like super cheap dollar store things while they know what dollar store even is 5 or 10 years ago, and I didn't know what that was until I actually walked into one in UK. Still, I haven't experienced what Americans have in their culture and what they're programmed with from the very beginning, because they seem to have the power to very quickly drill into the first tier, and the other tiers seem to be kind of celebratory. Let's put it that way. People celebrate over getting ahead of everyone else a little bit too much, maybe, but that's what it is there. And tier 4 is almost like God tier, like, because everyone is celebrating that shit, it's God tier. So you would expect Americans to be like completely astonished if they actually generate a tier 4 person. That's how it feels like. But this is probably because Americans really care about successful people in general, or people's success. Except in exchange of leaving a lot of people behind at the same time. And a lot of people are gonna be lonely. And they should fight back against this uneven distribution. Yeah, some people can be mesmerized and taken advantage of in order to create this weird system of rich versus poor, of people inside establishment and people who are pushed outside, and all their effort is negated and monetized by the rich people. Basically, slavery may still exist, is just very, very well hidden. And until everything is mapped out, it will not be visible whatsoever. Because there can be certain ideas that turn you into a slave and turn you into a hamster in a wheel, that you think your ideas are great, but in practice you're just wasting your time, because the things that you can achieve in life you don't need to work very hard for. In this case, I think the idea is quite simple. Is to just ignore the rest of the world, I would say. It's like Americans have the best things ever, and they will outcompete everyone else by outspending money that they borrow. So, and they just learn how to just generate that shit. But it's awkward, right? How can no one catch up? How can no one even copycat American culture? That's the interesting thing, isn't it? How is everyone else in such a big ass trap? Because they just don't have the culture. You can't copy culture. That's one thing that is never gonna work out. You can copy colors, you can copy art, you can copy games that other people play or interests, and you can never copy culture. So even though Americans might operate similar to everyone else, our cultures kind of prevent us from being successful, because it's culture that actually creates progress, that pushes people forward. It's our relativity, basically, that we have to master and understand and embrace mostly. Relativity. Having a great language is pretty much the key point of like unlocking better and better culture, because language is the way that we understand, we define things. And once we unlock certain definitions that are very useful, like this, relativity, how quickly can I find a similar word in Lithuanian right now? No way. There's no way, dude. Because relate sounds in Lithuanian more like adapt, which that's not what. It's just confusing all of a sudden. It's fucking cancer. If you mess up the words, if you outbalance them or you don't use them enough, internet is a playground for you to use terms over and over again. This is why Lithuanians flourish on just talking. Okay, talk shows are a thing around here. While everything else is kind of just falls flat, because we kind of dry on that sense that we need to keep on spreading our own language if we want to survive, and it's a wrong way to look at it. We have certain good things about our language and certain bad things, but the worst thing is that we are completely negating the culture from evolving by trying to survive instead of, actually living life like everyone else is supposed to live. We can take America as a great example. We cannot take it as a book that we're supposed to read and learn from. I mean, yeah, it's still the same thing. We just can't directly interact with them. That's the thing. So we have to find our own ways to find culture, because they're not just flying from there to here and pretending that this place is awesome and they spreading their culture and they're helping us evolve our culture and all that shit. That's not happening. That means we have to fucking suck it up and find out what it is. I'm not gonna help anyone because I'm I spent plenty of hours inside internet American culture, so you're probably gonna be left alone on this question. I can help you as long as you're interested in me, as long as we merge our interests. But I mean, my country's fucking screwed now. Screwed. I mean, Americans living such a great life that they're literally just looking for trouble. They're jumping into political arena. They're jumping into just not taking things seriously anymore as well. Just that's a thing. Crying wolf. There's no wolves anymore, so you can cry wolf. It's like nothing bad is gonna happen to you. So they're doing some crazy things right now, I would say. Allowing themselves to just ignore the rest of the world, which is also a threat for themselves to recognize what's possible when the dragons awaken, when people like myself actually start drilling in successfully into tier 4, something that Americans just can't fucking reach. Because the moment they get too much attention, and someone at tier 4 would just completely destroy their culture of just sneaky, backstabby culture that exists flawlessly almost. Compared to everything else, just flawlessly exist. And that would be just highlighted 20 times fold. And no American can actually get up there. But without tier 4 people, they're also screwing themselves because they don't have good examples of how to live life at all. That sort of stuff. That sort of stuff only exists way outside of their borders. And that's kind of the war right now. The tier 4. That is beautiful, by the way. Beautiful token. Tier 4. In the world, there's always a game to play. And for Americans, the biggest question is, how the fuck do you get out of here and find true examples outside? And then follow those examples. Because you'll be able to easily trust them. And they will easily give you so much value that it will flip your life. I mean, the reason why I'm tier 4 is I couldn't find better examples than myself of just finding examples everywhere. Everyone is an example to me. That means nobody is. That means I'm as lonely as it gets, and nobody will understand me anymore. Because I need everything. But everything that's actually useful. Not everything that's just entertaining. yeah, there is an entertainment policy which is like the highest thing ever. I have to be entertained, but I also suppress my my range of things that I allow myself to be entertained by. So it can't just be repetitive, and it cannot be pointless. It cannot just be something I present with minimal value or impact to your life. Like, I need to consume entertainment that's going to literally shoot me like an arrow and just go through me. And then I can redirect entertainment back to you, or whoever's watching. So it influences me, but it also going to influence you as well. Breakthrough entertainment. That's the keyword that we learned from card games. Okay? The keyword that fucking Hearthstone needs so badly. Just so I could continue being a tempo deck. That's what tempo decks need. Just breakthrough. For fuck's sake. I want to trade and do damage to my opponent. I don't want to think about that bullshit choice. What choice? There is no choice when you play tempo. Eliminate all choice. You play the best cards, but you have to just figure out which ones are the best. And that's a long journey. All the way to the mountain top, boys. To the value town. I guess Trump is not dying anytime soon, huh? It's a crazy phenomenon in America. Like, no tier 4 people. Because nobody's living under pressure. The only people who are living under pressure are the people who might turn into lonely shooters. Like, someone who already have crazy amount of power they can amass, but they will never get there anyways, because they're going to be a pushover by stronger Americans who are already established and don't want to help, because they know what's going to happen. If someone takes over as tier 4 in there, if they win the race, in America specifically, it kind of cripples the entire system. I'm not exactly sure how. I mean, the influence scales up so badly that whoever gets the spotlight and the influence, it's like Donald Trump. Everyone hates it, and everyone felt like he's a threat. And anyone who approaches the spotlight is a threat, technically. Everyone. There's no exception. Except right now, Americans are actually in a confusion mode, because they don't know who's approaching spotlight anymore. They can loosen up their field of view if they let go of statistics, basically. Let go of level of influence. They don't detect anymore who's being influential. And that's the scary part. If someone sneaks in and becomes tier 4, that would be crazy. And it could happen any moment, you know? I could do it. Anyone else could do it. So what would be the consequence then? First thing to understand is, because the subject is so interesting, it's probably inevitable. And probably the war is going on. It's like, well, we did work all the way to tier 3, and we did the most work, so the rest of the world can figure out how to do the tier 4, and we're not gonna worry about that at all. And because Americans remove like 90% of worries, by doing this kind of strategy. They're still under a threat, but they have declared everyone else to do the rest of the work. Which is like, if we are copycatting, they can play this card as well. And make us feel guilty about it. You know? If we're trying to be just like Americans. And it is weird. Like, China has a bunch of rip-off technology, I would say. And probably still continues to do that. Catch up in a shitty ass way. And it's not exactly copycatting. They are pretty much in control, they just don't know how to pull the plug. Because the world would be pretty upset. It's very complicated how the world is established right now. I can't tell you that. I can only talk about this interesting story of how it would play out, because that's fascinating. There's one more thing that's going on, and it's a simulation of authority. So when president is elected, people kind of come together to simulate its authority. Barack Obama gets incredible authority all of a sudden, and everyone respects him. Everyone wants to meet the president or whatever. Everyone wants to get closer to that authority, one way or the other, and get its approval. It's a big deal. And it's a simulation. It's created by the collective to try and capture tier 4 people as like a trap. We have a president, so please interact with us, basically. That's what Americans are trying to do, but in reality, it's just politics. In reality, however, they also try to create another trap, which now I'm dismantling as well, which is Susan, the CEO of YouTube. Is she control of YouTube? I don't know about that. It's something we have to figure out. But I already starting to understand she could be a simulation of tier 4. A trap, basically. Just an idea. So someone being around tier 4 and just looking around of people who are way too interested in owning YouTube, technically. Because that's me. And so she could be just a vulture circling around. That is interesting as a theory. And again, when you talk about these people, you're talking about groups of very, very dedicated people who support these authorities. Behind very influential people who make it to tier 4, they also need a bunch of support because they will never actually establish in there. They're just gonna circle around and like scouts, basically. These are literally American scouts, American manufactured authorities that just gonna scout whatever is interested in owning their stocks, technically. And stocks is just established credit generators, but mostly just credit. Because if you own something, now you're going to be credited for everything that is successful or unsuccessful about it. That's what owning stocks is. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. So they literally need scouts to have any support of their way of life. See, that's the cool thing, is I'm not distracted by their culture because I'm so far away from it. If I start talking crazy shit, my classmates would have a lot more influence against me, basically. But right now, my classmates just have nothing. They have no ground whatsoever. They would love me to succeed in this fucking warfare. And that's what makes the difference here. I'm an outsider and I see everything. I can just like this Mexican joke that inspired me to make this whole progress to tell you guys about scouting. I can compare things a lot easier and see what the true impact of American culture is and what's the difference. Yeah, you can hide a lot of things, and certainly UK is a shittier version of that, but I still got to experience that if you just work and then leave with all the money generated, or have established a home where you don't have to pay for the rent. If you don't have to pay for the rent, you literally solved 1/3 of your problems, and you can focus on the next one, which is either improving your job quality or improving your relationships. That is fucking crazy. 1/3 of your life is completed if you're born into a family that will never ask you to pay rent anymore. So you just accumulate wealth until what? You can afford something, afford moving out. If your family is smart, that is. And they will help you accumulate that wealth as well. Hopefully. Again, if your family is smart enough. Or they will just leave a legacy. So it's just the question of like how zombified the culture becomes over time and asks you to move out despite your ability to move out. That's your guys' problem and something I can laugh at if you fail, but whatever. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in from an outside perspective. Complete outsider. And you saw, as I was climbing YouTube, outsiders stay outside as well. They stay within their own cultures and pretend that it's all cool. It's all fucking cool. And for South America, maybe there's maybe there's a safe haven there. You don't have to care about anything at all, just to become friends with whoever becomes relevant, you know. Just quickly snuggle in. Oh yeah, I like you too, okay. Why you should like school, dude? The worst part is how good this video is. The worst part is how good everything is that Rebecca did in the past. It's almost like, fuck, this shit is exactly Creeper's Forge related content. Like, oh wow, I did the best things ever because I was related to the best people ever, and I sucked in the most passion I ever had. And now you're like, wow, fuck. What the fuck am I doing? I'm being outcompeted by a 4-minute video from some girl. You know, like, what? I can't sit 3 hours and feel like I haven't been defeated yet? Fucking stupid. Stupid Hearthstone cleared my board again. Okay. Let's do it. Fuck it. By the way, we're like entering this phase. It's fucking weird. The ice cream heist part 2, technically. And she gets all the credit at the moment. Ice Cream Heist 2, because now it's like tomorrow, and I already dreamed about Monica, just a tag hugging Monica, and she turning herself into something else just so she could disappear. Cause I grabbed her, okay? Fucking needed shit. Alright, that's what can happen. And it's probably 0.001%, and that's wonderful news to me, actually. Wonderful news. Because I still have to conjure fucking confidence. And that's insane, dude. I have as much confidence as this stupid fucking girl making this video right now. That's how much confidence I have. There's no fucking way. Because if you're outside of society, like, you're never gonna build up anything. You're always gonna be brought down by everyone else. That's the sad part. The society self-destructs using that reasoning. Now, what do I think about liking school and everything? I mean, the video is positive, and there's also the negative part. And if you don't balance things out properly, you're gonna get something weird as that will give her this exact reaction of like, wow, this video was so positive, I fucking hate school, you know? You will blow up again. It's almost like it's the same thing as her doing Friday. It's like so positive, but I hate it. You should hate that you like a weekend, actually. You should hate that your body wants to party out of control, you know? You suddenly lose control of everything because you wanted so many things and you want to grab them, and you don't know how to do it because you're not prepared for it. The school doesn't help you party, okay, and do it with integrity at least. The school just want to make you escape and grab something to make yourself feel better, and you realize it made you feel a lot worse because you don't know what the fuck you're doing in both cases, in both situations. And that's why it's a fucking meme. And she knows that shit. Let's make something positive. Because it's not. Let's lie to ourselves. That's what's going on here. But she's such a good liar that she steals the show that way. And now that's the power level that Rebecca Black has. The question is, when the Sunday gonna come out? When a day comes out when, you know, oh, tomorrow I have to go to school again, and it fucking sucks. Well, now she's out of the loop. Everyone's out of the loop when they grow up. It's like, well, I'm out of school. No, you're not. There's still fucking relatable things in life, because first of all, a huge population of people is in schools, or have been traumatized by schools, or can relate to go to work and go home and try and party in every single day off, basically. Just party. But the party usually ends up with just, oh, let's just order pizza and watch some movies. Netflix and chill alone. Forever alone. It's fucking weird, dude. But what about school? Because school is like the most traumatizing, the most stressful thing ever invented. And stress can be useful and positive if you have guts to actually punch it in the face, if you have guts to attack it. But it's literally that. It's like the arena. Do you have the guts to tackle the monsters in school, or are you just gonna let them haunt you for the rest of your life? And I let them haunt me for the rest of my life because I knew school was fucking garbage anyways. And the people were garbage. And nothing was coming out of it, essentially. Unlike Americans, again, there's quite a difference of what school does to you. In America, you almost guarantee to have someone that you can admire even in school, like fucking crazy. Well, maybe Rebecca is unfortunate because she's like tier 3 already, so what is she gonna admire? Justin Bieber, yes, that's the one. Okay. Because then you look into other platforms, because you have so much confidence, you don't give a fuck of what is in school. You just kind of try and stay positive, which is super easy, because like you're on top of the fucking school already. You're the popular kid. Wow, you will never feel down in a shitty environment like that. And being elected is one thing. Electing yourself after so much suffering and so much drama that you have manufactured and sit through and realize how fucking stupid it is. Like, even when you're a senior, which she claims to be, I'm not sure how many years you have to go through school to become a senior at all. Like, she must be like 9 years school age, basically. 10 years in school, I don't know. Because America has another fucking weird system of like, what, you can jump grades? How does that happen? Why? Please explain. This sounds fun. Because if we copy pasted some American culture, it didn't work out very well. We're like the smartest kids in the world in this fucking country, and some other European countries follow the same torture mentality. If like, well, we're gonna torture, we're gonna add as much knowledge as possible. Congratulations. It just cripples people because nobody cares. I mean, I really don't think it matters. I really don't. Because I don't have an experience. Like, school, people who are successful in school, who become nerds, ultra nerds, their lack of influence is astonishing. It's like, wow, you're so out of control that I really don't give a fuck. The biggest people in my class were two guys. One guy was like blending himself into the girl world, and another one became gay because he was so into being close with girls and just chatting with them, whatever. Being friends with some weird girls, basically. So, that was weird. Like, all of a sudden you have ego and you spend it to just be in a team of girls, basically. And, like, fucking blows my mind. How does that happen when I'm completely alone, completely fucking shut down, and just the best thing I have is, like, hug a computer and hug every single picture of Monica and her friends, you know, like, here you go. That's a huggable thing. Except, yeah, that it gets inappropriate when you hug and squeeze lemons. That's because you like something so much. But I'm not afraid to say it, okay? Back in my day, when you squeeze lemons. So, yeah. It is a disaster. School is a fucking disaster. Because the idea of school should be, of anything that you give to a person, is that you can take control over it, and you will have huge returns. You investing something and you have huge returns. Instead, school intends to steal everything from you and leave you completely broken. And if you're looking for positivity here, that's a tough call. It's like looking in a prison system and being like, what's the positive side? Well, the positive side is that you're isolating yourself from the rest of society, in case society is like evil or something. Is it evil? A little bit evil, so you can be happy about a little bit of a positivity, you know? You can grab onto that little bit of positivity and be like, wow, that's amazing. All these things I can do. You can isolate yourself anywhere else. You don't have to isolate yourself in prison. The same goes for school. You can learn things anywhere else, and you will learn things a lot faster when you're actually grabbing something with passion, and you're ready for it. You're woken up for it. You're willing to do it, and you're gonna be willing to even prepare to do it over and over again. And to beat yourself, to challenge yourself, like all these things So what is the school for? The school is just like a filler content for your anime series that you're playing in, basically. It's literally, you take a playground and it evolves one level up, and it's school, and it's just a playground still. It's the most useless fucking thing that's gonna brainwash you, because you're still playing with toys. You take your brain and you're like, how much shit can I put into my brain? Haha, yay! And there's many more aspects to it, and it's all shit, basically. It's also, teachers do the same thing. It's like they're also happy putting shit in your brain. So if you don't put shit into your brain, I'm gonna give you a low grade and shit. It's like, well, you first have to earn respect, Mr. Teacher, because otherwise grades don't fucking matter. But if you can brainwash people high enough, well enough, brainwash parents that grades actually matter, brainwash the entire fucking system all the way across, pretending that the playground evolution actually evolves into something useful, you know, because you're investing so much time and so much money, and then you lose everything, technically. You know, it's like a casino game. The more you put in and the more you're losing, you're not getting anything back. If you're not getting anything back, you know, you're just not gonna get anything back. It's not like the casino is just gonna ask you for more money. That's what's gonna happen. And even if school is free, it's gonna ask you for more and more attention and more shit to put into your brain. It's just never gonna end, dude. It's never gonna end. And that's how beautiful it is. That's how that's how a confused person looks like when they realize, well, I probably said too many good things about school. You know, you can grab onto something and it's like, oh, it's a cool person that I found. Oh, it's a fucking cool experience that I got in. And it all falls flat because you have been giving something that you have no control over and no ability to establish yourself. You're just familiarized with something, almost to the point of like being teased that you will never get exactly what you just got. You will never get that. You will never establish. Establishment is everything you need to actually learn. It's like, oh, I'm playing this volleyball game, and it's getting popular in school, and you're gonna leave school and it's just gonna fall flat, you know. Or you're going from 10th grade to 11th grade, and your volleyball team just falls apart because people don't have the need to go and do exercise anymore. So one lesson drops out because you get to choose which ones do you get to keep. It's a mess. It's absolutely a mess. Like, how do you establish anything? Do you add a hobby on top of school that already drains your time for no fucking reason? You know, like, also you have to evaluate, like, how much time am I spending worthlessly? The school does not give you wings. The school gives you a trauma that you can rebuild into wings because you know what you're missing now. You know, it gives you like half of a wing. Now you can finish the rest, basically. And you can still can't fly because school never fucking taught you what the wing actually is. And meaning that what they give you is not a wing, it's just something that doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't allow you to fly anyways. Because it doesn't actually... The most important thing, school does not give you anything. Experience is nothing, is a tease. If it's not repetitive, it's not established. It doesn't give you friends or respect or authority, so teacher's gonna steal everything from you. It's literally an institution to squeeze children's souls and eat them, basically, and throw them away until once they become a decent threat, basically. Throw them into something more dangerous, which is like a bigger pool of people being out-controlled by someone who's technically a higher tier specialist in that sense. Because they went through a lot of torture and they want to project torture onto you. Having a job sometimes is a torture, and like a lot of people would be so fucking happy to show how you have to learn to torture yourself technically. That's another part of the school system. It's like teachers are a pretty big part of it. And the real question is like, I can't wait to see my teachers back again and see how much they torture themselves and how unstable they are against the force of internet, basically. Like, the force of internet, if you weaponize that shit, you can outsmart schools. Obviously, schools present you with another problem. It's like, well, if there's this one problem, the same problem will occur very, very similar constantly. And the problem, obviously, is that children are gonna be fucked up in different ways all the time. And it doesn't have to be true when adults can control themselves and stop shitting out children and trying to grow them while they don't know whether what they're doing is positive or negative. Like, if you're concerned about that, all we have to do is just establish that deep concern about your morality. Challenge people with their morality, and all of a sudden, a problem that seems to be unbeatable and will try to evolve in different ways. Like, there's a problem I have with that mindset, that there are infinite problems, because there kind of isn't, and that's the biggest problem. You can actually solve everything, but the problem will become that not having a problem is a problem. You know, you love having just enough negativity in the world so something positive can happen out of that bullshit. But obviously there are always limits to everything. There's always a fucking limit, and I'm like trying to wrap my head around like, how many things do I have to do to just keep up? And the reality is I'm keeping up better than anyone else. I just don't know it yet because nobody fucking gives me respect yet. You know, that's fucking bullshit. Basically, the conclusion has to be like this. School is an establishment, but if it doesn't let you establish what actually is happening, well, technically there's no way dodging establishment, so you will have an impact to your teachers, and you will be able to like bring that back up if you really try, if you really work hard on it. You can establish yourself against teachers. That's what you're supposed to attack. Not be a teacher's pet, but like fucking smash them. Make them feel bad. Make them feel guilty for having a job like this, you know? That's the best thing you can do. And that will take forever to get to that level. It's insane. This is an insanity level. Tier 4 against school? Because think of how big you are when you're tier 4 and you enter school. Like, fucking insane, dude. Even tier 3 is like higher than school still. Because now it's an international interest. You have that in your mind. You don't want to be stuck in that one place in time that has been drilled into you. However, if you have nothing, it's just some filler content, as I've said. It's just something to do. Something to admire, technically. It's fucking bullshit, dude. It's just like a flow. Well, I'm so busy with the rest of my life trying to party and and clean up things, and it makes you strong in different ways. But it's a trap, technically. It's just a trap. So let's do it that way. Just like jobs have traps, school pretty much adopts the same mentality in between of like playground and trapping people in jobs. It's like, well, you have some kind of passion, but we're gonna turn it into a mechanized slavery performance art. Here you go. That's who you are right now. Because you had an interest, right? So yeah, now you have to work very hard. So it tries to trap you using your own interests. It's trying to use you that way, is what's going on here. And it cannot actually detect anything. It doesn't classify you as anything. It just tries to intimidate you. That's the whole point. This is why it's so fucking easy for me to drop out of things, but the most difficult part is trying to break it down, because nothing happened in my life. You know, it's not like I have a chance in life because I dropped out, because I realized how fucking stupid it is, because other people may not realize it and might put me through hell just because they think they have the ego to actually stand against me. It's fucking nuts, dude. And that's what has been happening in most of my conversations with my friends. I've been fucking destroyed that way. See, not only school does not give you any control over anything, it allows you to chase certain things, but you don't get anything. You don't start an establishment. You gain fake amount of ego to kind of blow up, if you really want to. If you really want to do something, you gotta work super hard. Fuck, what is the work has to do with anything in life? What the fuck? And that's what happens in the very end. Not only you're a slave, you also have respect for working very hard, which fucking blows my mind. Like, no. I mean, I dabbled in hard work. Dabbled. And if you're not pushing forward naturally, then if the nature breaks down and the nature aspect breaks down, there's something wrong completely about the ideology of hard work. So the real question is, how do we turn it around, and how do we use this as our ability to stand against this bullshit? Sure, if work gives you money and you're saving that money up and you have no problem with it securing your future, that's beautiful. Whatever. Alright, so let's put all these things together and finish the video, because essentially it's getting awkward. I do want to make another episode of just climbing the YouTube ladder, so I want to appreciate it a little bit more, but I also want to fucking sleep. So, two things we discussed is culture and the school system. There's definitely a trap within schools to really change your personality and your attitude and your perception of how the world works. And this system goes pretty deep into just wasting your time. As much time as you want to put in, you're going to be able to. And essentially fades into the money system, where you're like, okay, now you can get money, but you still have to spend time and effort to get it through, and you're probably just gonna say yes to that. It's a way to intimidate people to do whatever the government pleases them to do. But at the same time, we do have plenty of freedom, and we have to protect that freedom, because nobody really wants to take away freedom. That would annoy a lot of people immediately. But it's tough. It's really tough. And the other part is the culture. What do you do about it when the culture doesn't actually fit anymore? A normal lifestyle, well, it gets complicated when people just freeze culture and doesn't allow interaction and trading, doesn't understand that. And you could outsource this to schools, but it's like schools also don't want to outsource what they created as culture. Where's the source of the culture? Well, everyone's supposed to be the source of the culture. And it's kind of annoying, like, how schools are so damn powerful and stressful and destructive, when at the same time they're useless. And gaming is like the only alternative, literally the only alternative, which is why we're so fucking thirsty for it. And the only reason why I'm relevant is because I make something related to gaming. So that's literally the only thing that makes me relevant, not because I speak, because I teach other people. On top of this, that's still not a thing yet. For me, it's a thing to consume other people's teachings to a certain degree, certain extent, and even then I lose myself in either gaming as well, or just something that's easy to consume. So 3-hour videos, ensure that you will not click on this thing, and you will not try and break down the same concepts as I'm doing alongside with me. But whoever is doing it, that's incredible, because I have never seen the culture to be not self-destructive, not self-hatred, filled with self-hatred of like, wow, I meet a person, I actually want to now start some kind of trade, establish something, you know? It doesn't matter what happens, you just establish a relationship, and no one is capable of doing it. So technically, I recognize that society did not exist, and that we literally have never started anything, because schools are not something that gives us control. It's just something that fills us with random experience, and something we had to run away from, but now it's just literally the next level of war that we can't understand even. War where you cannot insult gaming anymore, because if you really think of what it is like universal language, something we all understand, but at the same time we will start respecting English a lot more, because we have to download our games and join communities and all that. We're just blending in with the English speakers in the end. I mean, I couldn't run away from that as a programmer. I just had to give up to that. And now I just build up respect, because it's so much easier language than anything else. So at least maybe I grew up in a country that has a shitty fucking language, but like, I don't think it's too shitty. I think it's useful. It's just not doing a good job, because it's ancient technically, and the culture has never really progressed besides whoever is handling technology is progressing the culture? So that's the question as well. What is actually doing? Like, obviously, whoever has the most creators, who is actually submerged in the place where everyone has smartphones, everyone's a consumer. It doesn't matter how much money a country borrows. It matters of how big of an interest there is in technology and using it, even at low levels, just inspiring children to use technology. And obviously the first thing you're gonna encounter is gaming. And why the fuck not? When it's a part of entertainment, it's a part of learning process. And now the way that you progress through entertainment and push the learning process a little bit more, that's when things get very complicated. That's where things are completely not established, and schools still can take advantage of that and pretend that games are not serious, which is when I was going through school as a game developer, and essentially I realized, wow, this is a big deal. Spawn the Creeper's Forge was literally the game that made me ask a question, made me create a poll of like, should I fucking drop school? Maybe this is fucking stupid anyways. School seems stupid. School seems like too much time wasted already. From that point of view, I was able at grade 10 to drop school and just be done with it. I kept going because there was too much pressure from everyone else, as if it was important, and it never was important in my life. It may have tinkered with some relationships that I may or may not use, and that is the question really. What's up? Will I monetize these relationships at all? Will I take an opportunity? Do I feel drawn now that I'm back home and I can actually do it? It's so fucking annoying because I came back home to completely crush my decision, my doubts that I had to leave school early. That sort of stuff has to be embraced. Now, the honest problem was that leaving school was not a good idea because of benefits that I was getting. And that's a completely next level bullshit. You get benefits for doing stupid shit, and again, then you have to adapt and look at school as from the positive perspective. All that shit. It's weird. It's so weird. People can do so little things in reality. So little. I don't even know what they can do because they never trade me. They don't have anything in that sense. So if they don't know how to trade, if they don't know how to make relationships, if I thrown myself enough times into the public, and how much effort do I have to make? I don't care, dude. I just have to be available, right? If someone pings me, I ping back. I just have to be available, and eventually something happens, and I'm available with a plus. I make sure that there's more to it. That when someone pings me, I ping them back twice. I return double the effort, basically. So that way, there's no chance that if another person decides to trade with me, I will fail the trade. I will miss it. There's no chance. This is how I live my life. And right now, that still never happened. that means we have been miseducated completely. And honestly, gaming again has every single most important aspect slowly taken and established. It might have bugs, it might have problems, but it's slowly being established, and it's slowly teaching everyone literally what the most important skills in life. Again, I have to repeat myself, it's the booming technology. It's the technological sidekick, basically. Along technology we have gaming, and you have to fucking respect it as much as possible. You can't just be running a fucking podcast or whatever opinion cast, or even just living your life. Regardless of how popular you are, it doesn't fucking matter. Because gaming has proven itself to be crazy powerful. And I can't really break it down as much as I want to. It gave me shelter, it gave me a purpose. It gave me an understanding of how powerful it is. Maybe even gave me all this power after I escaped to gaming and all that shit. Because it's a sidekick to technology, maybe it just naturally is powerful and simple and passionable, and at the same time very competitive in terms of like you can't succeed and get paid easily on that sense. I have to do something great, something groundbreaking here as well, and that's a little bit sucky. I don't know. I mean, it's still not established. Gaming is still fucking crap. But I can see it being cool. I just see the same people use gaming as like they come from the broken culture of not knowing how to negotiate, make relationships. That's what it is. Yeah, but it's a good start, you know, and where the actual start is YouTube, is broadcasting yourself, is making yourself relevant for what you're doing. Because of the overall broken culture, we still have a chance to, first of all, clean up YouTube, because it's fucking filled with garbage, languages that we don't speak, and garbage channels that we are not interested in at all. But somehow they have subscribers simply because certain countries happen to have certain populations. Maybe they watch TV and they can relate, or they just transition from TV to YouTube and they think they need to see certain shows they have been programmed to watch, or they just tune into Indian music because they need some fucking tea right now. It's fucking bullshit, and we have to fight back against that, because the identity here is to show what truly is important, fight for these ideas. Now there's again the problem. If you coming into gaming, there's a special responsibility that you have to have with yourself, is that you coming here to escape school, to learn even harder, to outbid school, basically. That's what you come here to do. And if you can't fucking do that, if you didn't come here to be smart, go back to school, because we don't fucking respect you as a gamer if you're not smart, if you're not happy that you are acquiring certain skills, either becoming a fucking ninja online or some card game maniac like myself, or any other strategy bullshit that you can find, or just some shit FPS player or shit Minecraft player that has some skills, just plays maps. But you have to be, first of all, proud of something and have something like kind of overwhelming, kind of accumulate overwhelming material. It's not simple anymore. And again, is supposed to be accumulative. It's not something you just pick up and drop, as if you can take things like that for granted. If we want to be at school, which many people would love to drop that, we have to outbid their value. And that's probably the next video at some point. Schools versus gaming, and the culture trapped in between this entire debate. Because whoever gets the first moves kind of dictates the culture. There's no way around it. First moves is everything, and it's literally one move that dictates right now the culture. Can you get a girlfriend? That's it. It's literally it. If you cannot get a girlfriend, it's game over, basically. In school, you have quite a bit of chance, but you're also too young to use that chance. In college, you have way more chance, but you're already too deep into the trap zone of what schools are delivering you into a self-destruction cycle now. Because why do you need college? You can't just build a business. You don't have ideas. You can't just pick up a factory work and just get some money and relax. Fucking relax. Can't do that. Because you will not be able to relate to fucking students all over the place as a normal human being. I doubt it, dude. I fucking doubt it. I have never seen anything more stupid than more years of school that may or may not give you a job that's slightly better, but all of this time is a torture simulation, and you can already grab a job. If you just grab a job, you just grab a job. As long as you don't live in a shitty fucking place. That's the biggest concern. At least for me, is like, well, I live in a shitty place. So grabbing a job means, first of all, moving to a proper location and knowing where I have to move. Have to be educated about that. And I halfway done that. I'm just now like I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. Because I even dropped the job that I had that was great for me with the RuneScape thing. Now I'm not sure anymore what my status is. Slowly descending into darkness, my status is right now. Because I am like super angry. But I have to like understand this is fucking next level warfare. And we just uncovered it, which is cool. So with that in mind, one of the most inspiring pieces was VGHS, which is Video Game High School. And it's literally the idea that we have won. We have taken over schools, and now it's game high school. It's gaming high school. If you're proud to be a part of a certain community of people, and you're invited now automatically, that is a big deal. You go through a completely different education and culture, next level. Like you can. I don't have to talk about culture of how it would look like, because it already has been reimagined of what would happen if games would have won. And again, it would probably look twice as better than VGHS, because we still haven't even started the war. We still haven't even defined what gaming actually is about and what kind of varieties of games we're dealing with. And what is the idea in terms of you enter a community, but what is your relationship with the other games? That's the question. What is the relationship of you mastering everything there is to master and picking up maximum amount of skills? Is it valuable in the first place? And at the same time, what is the future after you graduate from high school? Do you get a job automatically? That is there are a bunch of questions that WJHS does not answer, and it's not cool. It's like, well, you can compete in this esport bullshit. That's what Brian's girlfriend ends up doing, is like getting into some kind of higher tier team, and all of it kind of falls apart. It's like even VGHS was not given, haven't been able to give Brian his fucking girlfriend for once. It's like, why did they have to break up? And she picked up like a shitty job anyways. And all this struggle was for nothing. It's almost like everything just fell flat from this perspective of like, you should be properly rewarded, but gaming has to win over schools. And it's so it's supposed to be so easy, so fucking easy. Like you pick up so many skills, and you can pick up so many skills. You can be challenged in so many fucking ways. There's so many more games that could be invented just to test your fucking skills and prove you to a person who can employ you at the same time. It's like, wow. Like right now, Mr. Beast is giving away 10k to whoever beats him in Minecraft. So you can start educating yourself on that already. We're on the edge of this revolution, and some stupid person who really needs some heat, and a person who really needs to go back to gaming, which is criticizing back. Whatever, right? Whatever, Felix. Fix it, Felix. More gaming. I'm sorry, but you have to find another Minecraft. I can only suggest you Hearthstone, and that will break your heart, because Hearthstone is not as popular as Minecraft, but it's probably just as good, which is kind of fucking weird. The real question is like, how do you play it efficiently without destroying your sanity? So that's what I'm trying to find out right now. I'm still trying to find out. And what is so entertaining about card games anyways? Like, what? But it's just a card game. You win or lose. It's like, what? What happened? Nothing happened, probably. Well, there's a books and books of things that you have to learn. This is why I don't just lightly make Hearthstone videos. It's fucking insanity in there. It's insanity. And understanding tokenizing, keywords, tempo, and other aspects of gameplay within card games. Wow, there's so much. There's so many systems in place working. Because it's so simple, because it's so seemingly obvious, but it's not obvious at all. People are just losing their minds in this thing. It might just be the most dangerous game to play ever. But that's from my perspective, because I have never played Fortnite, and it's probably even more dangerous. Who knows? There's a lot to unpack, as you can tell, and it's a beautiful deal. So let's put it this way. It's a video, technically, so it also is a token. And here you go. Fucking Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan and PewDiePie can take all the credit for this video. Yeah, good luck on that one.